Have you ever run paid ads before? And if you have, do you feel like half of that money is going to waste? Newsflash, that's because it is. This, my friends, is the follow-up problem, and this is what we're going to teach you how to solve today in this video. Aloha, my name is Sam Wilhoit. I own Remix, a sales and marketing agency based right here in beautiful Hawaii, serving clients all over the country, Canada, and the world. Coming to you today from Kalapaki Beach at the Royal Sonesta Resort. This video is not sponsored, but Sonesta, if you want me to come back and do another one of these, just reach out. Go ahead, fill out the form in the link in the bio. Link is in the description. Let's talk. Would love to come back. Appreciate you. We're going to start this off with a joke, y'all. There's a joke that one of my mentors always says that goes like this. It's marketing's job to generate the leads, and it's sales' job to tell marketing that the leads suck. But the truth is that most of the time, it's not the leads that suck, it's the follow-up that sucks. The leads don't suck, your follow-up sucks. Dude, that's the second half of the joke. Everyone is waiting for that one call close. It rarely happens. You know that. Most salespeople are order takers. They're not actually salespeople. They're not actually selling. What does that mean? What that means is all you're dealing with is referrals, organic inbound leads, friends and family, someone who is already coming to you, knows what they want. They tell you what they want. You fill out the order. You give them what they want, just like you would at McDonald's. That's not selling. There's not a paid lead in the world that is as good as a referral or organic inbound lead. Everyone gets referrals. That doesn't make you special. Do you get anything else? That is the question. Because yes, I know a lot of businesses that have scaled to seven figures just off referrals. But if you want to scale beyond where you are right now, if you want to scale to seven or multi seven figures for the first time, if you want to go beyond what just referrals can give you, then you are going to need to master paid ads at some point, sooner than later. And guess what? When you do, when you get paid ads to work, those leads that close bring you referrals as well. It's not just referrals that bring you referrals. Deals that come from paid ads, you do well, they will give you referrals as well. This is going to exponentially increase your referrals. Yes, sales skills, obviously sales skills. Being good at selling is important. Lack of confidence, lowering your status, bad handling of objections, many other things, those will kill your close rate. But first, you will see from the stats and everything I'm about to tell you right now why follow-up is so deadly important and the first thing you need to tackle step by step. Because if you increase your close rate, if you become a better salesperson and your follow-up is still horrible, you will close way more deals if you do the opposite. Why? I tell you, you're going to see the numbers are so bad, and it's probably you based on the numbers. If you've got your stuff together perfectly, great. If you've got it together halfway, you are beyond 90% of people. Volume trumps quality. Quantity leads to quality. Even a blind dog finds a bone. Even a broken clock is right twice a day. Becoming a better salesperson is important, but if you don't have these systems in place, you will be letting deals go. You will have the follow-up problem. You will have that drop-off between marketing and sales. Most leads are just not worth enough, even by the best, technically the best salespeople. Now, how do we do this? Three pillars: follow-up, speed to lead, and text messages. Follow up, speed to lead, and text messages. Hammer those into your brain. Deadly important. Let's start with follow up. It takes 8 to 12 touches to close the average high ticket sale. The average salesperson follows up less than 5 times. 44% of salespeople follow up only one time. Can you believe it? That is horrible. That is shameful. And only 8% of salespeople are following up 5 times or more. Now, what does that mean? Doesn't say they're following up 8 to 12 times or more. It only goes that far. So I hypothesize it's 1%, less than 1% of salespeople that are following up 8 to 12 times or more, which is what you need to close the average high ticket sale. So this is horrible on one hand, but please let it give you confidence on the other hand. If you can just do this, it's simple, not easy, but it's simple. If you can do this, you will put yourself in the top 1% of salespeople of sales organizations worldwide in terms of follow-up. Doesn't necessarily make you the best, technically best salesperson skills-wise, but in terms of follow-up, this will lock you down and end that leaky bucket syndrome. Speed to lead, pillar number 2, but possibly the most important. This is the thing that you can do out the gate. When we talk about follow-up overall, the thing that we were just talking about, pillar number 1, that is volume. That's overall. That's the infinity loop. That's the whole pipeline. out the gate, build step by step. What is the first thing you can do is speed to lead. So listen to what I'm about to tell you. 50% of all clients go with the vendor that responds first. 78% of all B2B clients go with the vendor that responds first. Can you believe that? We were all taught to go out and get 3 estimates, choose the best one. But look at the environment we live in today. We are so bombarded on all sides. If you respond to a lead within the first minute, you are 391% more likely to close that deal. If you respond within the first 5 minutes, you are 80% more likely to close that deal. These numbers get worse as we go, y'all. Listen to this. The average B2B speed to lead is 42 hours. That means they have no automation in place. Average business. This is from a Harvard Business Review study. All businesses nationwide. I know and have worked with seven-figure, multi-seven-figure businesses with no systems and stuck at what I'm talking about telling you to do right now to exponentially skyrocket your sales. So why could this be the most important? Because like I said, this is one thing. When you start your CRM, go high level, HubSpot, whatever the pipe drive, whatever the heck it is, if you're not ready to pay me or somebody like me to do this for you and you're doing it by yourself, set up that first automated introductory message. All right. That first welcome text message, that first welcome email that goes out between the first 1 to 5 minutes. We'll do that within the first minute. Start first. Just like how follow-up and all of these systems are more important than becoming a salesperson, step by step, automate step by step. You don't want to over-engineer. If you are new to this, especially, and you build out an entire pipeline, 6 to 12 steps or whatever, and you realize on step 2 or 3 that it's not working and you got to change direction, partially, that whole 60 to 80% of the pipeline you built, done. All right. Step by step, do this first if you haven't done it already. If you are established, if you have decent to good systems, take a look at this. You're watching this video already, you're halfway through it. This means that this is important to you too. It's not just for somebody starting from beginning. Text messages, third pillar. Text messages are by far the most effective communication channel we have at our disposal today. 80% of all business text messages are open as opposed to 20% of all business emails. That's just open. That's not responded. That's not booking a call. That's not closing a deal. That's just open. 67% of people prefer to book an appointment over text versus call or email. And 31% of people, basically 1 out of 3, prefer to opt in via text message versus visiting a physical location, website, or app. People do not even have time to go to your website these days. We are so busy. We are so bombarded from every angle. Once again, text messages are significantly more effective. If you're not doing it already, you need to be doing it. If you are established and not doing it, if you're one of those businesses that's doing 7 figures, multi-7 figures, still not text messaging, still not running paid ads, maybe. If you have ambitions to scale further, you need to do these things. Give us a ring, fill out the link in the description or the link in our bio. Give us a call. It's always a no pressure conversation. It's always a strategy call where you're going to come away with tons of tips and be able to go make more money right away, whether you work with us or not. Now, example, can I prove it? Does that all make sense? Do you think you're better than the rest? Are you one of the 1%? I hope you are. But listen, most people are full of it when you talk about these things. Whenever I talk to somebody, and most likely when you talk about somebody, they're going to over exaggerate their success. They're going to exaggerate their close rate. They're going to exaggerate all of it, which is fine. So these are statistics from a Harvard Business Review article and a few others. I'll do my best to link as many of the sources down below as I can. I've been collecting this information for a long time. Go check your sources, double check your sources, but I'm telling you, you're going to find it. Now, an example will remain nameless. Construction company, ABC Construction Company, all right? I come from the trades. I love the trades, construction, roofing, solar, landscaping. My first clients were tradespeople. My current clients, many of them are tradespeople as well. They did not have sales systems or any of this set up, and they were running ads, but for various reasons, they were not able to set up systems beyond what they already have, which were insufficient. So here's the thing. Let's start with speed to lead. That's the overall follow-up issue, but let's start with speed to lead. They told me very proudly, mind you, we get to everyone within 24 hours. As if that's a good thing. It's not a good thing. That is horrible. What did I just tell you? 1 to 5 minutes? Otherwise, you're losing to your competition who's got automations in place. And again, let's talk about exaggeration. When they tell me they get to, or you or anybody tells me they get to within their leads within 24 hours, did they really? Do they really? Do you really? No, they don't all the time. And oftentimes it was probably closer to that 42-hour average. They were, and you may be paying an agency good money to tell them to tell you what works best, what you need to do to close deals. You are literally paying us to tell you what to do. And that can be hard to handle for anybody, but especially business owners, entrepreneurs. We are used to being in charge. We're the owner. I'm going to spend significant money on you and I want you to tell me what to do. But when you do it, I'm going to push back. I get it. I'm a business owner too. I don't want anybody telling me what to do. But if you hire me, you're paying me good money to tell you what to do. They had never worked paid leads before and they were not ready. They were not capable. They called once or twice. If they didn't answer, they were a bad lead and they let the bucket leak dry. Ultimately, they were order takers. They didn't want to take the constructive advice to do what needed to be done to get better than what they were doing results. Even though automation is taking up most of that work, it's creating more work, more calls. It will take up 80% of the work and still create more work for you. Yes, you got to work. If you don't, it won't work for you. This AI is not closing for you. If you try to let it, it's not good. Question: who likes talking to robots? Who likes talking to a cold caller? Who likes cold calling? Not a lot of people. So when we do what we're doing, we need to do it in a human way, patiently, politely, and persistently. We are not spamming here, okay? We need to build this to behave the way that a human does, so that when they get on the phone with a human, they feel like they've been speaking with you the whole time. Yes, there is good AI voice out there that'll get on the phone and talk to your people. Pretty much good for discovery calls. Everything is going to be over text, but that means emails, text messages, voicemail drop, also social DMs, WhatsApp if that's the thing for you. But making it behave like a human does is crucial and key to everything we're talking about. Now, when I say patiently, politely, and persistent, most of us are patient. Most of us are polite. None of us are persistent. You need to get over your fear of persistence. People don't want to bother people. You don't want to bother people. You don't want to feel like a pushy and sleazy salesman. I understand. I understand that. We don't want to spam. We don't want to be a cheesy, sleazy salesperson. The best way not to do that is don't do that. Be polite, be patient, but persistent. Why? Because most people, all people these days are completely bombarded on all sides with communication, text messages, emails, phone calls, voicemails, DMs on social media, WhatsApp. So here's the thing. If someone gives you their consent to contact them, they fill out the form, they give you their name, email, and phone number. You owe it to them. They want or need what you have. If you don't follow up, if you don't reach out to them enough, you are doing them a tremendous disservice. You are doing yourself a tremendous disservice. You are losing out on money, a lot of money, and they are losing out on the service or product that you promised them, something they want and or need. You're blowing it for yourself. Now, of course, the fear. I don't want to spam. Listen, there's a line where it becomes spam. All right. There's the way in which you do it, there's the volume in which you do it. But the issue is most people, that line is much further along than most people think. Most people are going to send one or two messages and feel like they've already gone too far. The market will tell you. If you start to see your unsubscribe rate go up too high, then you know you're doing something wrong on the messaging or you're doing too much. But that is rarely going to happen if you're doing things morally, legally, and ethically. We like to build these systems. When they come into the system, they get contacted until they either opt in and buy or they opt out. And here's the thing, it may feel like pressure, all right? But just do it. Like Nike says, just do it. Pressure off. Here's your permission from me to do what needs to be done. You feel some uncomfortability about this, but success lies in that. You need to become comfortable being uncomfortable. This is going to make you win. One last thing, there's a lot of mental blocks with this stuff. Most people have a lot of mental blocks when it comes to money. And again, like I've been talking about, persistence. I don't want to bother anyone. There's the mental and the physical side. The physical side being the technical side, how to be productive consistently. All right. But listen to this. Tell me what you think. You have a moral obligation to make as much money as you possibly can. This is a tenet that one of my great coaches has taught me and really drilled into me, and I believe you need to take to heart. Yes, a lot of us have the whole money is the root of all evil, evil billionaires, all of this stuff. But listen, money is just a tool. Money can be used for good or for bad, just like anything else. Just like a hammer, just like a nail. You can build a house or you can smash someone's head in. So here's the thing, love it or not, in this world with capitalism that we live in, what's the one thing that can do stuff? How can you do things? What do you need to do things? To go somewhere, to do something, to buy something, to build something, to support a cause? Money, right? So if you want to support your family, if you want to support that cause that you believe in, if you want to support yourself to the best, most highest capacity that you possibly can, then what do you need to do that? You need money. How much? As much money as you can possibly make. If you can see the connection, if you believe me, then let this just be further motivation for you to get over your blocks, your mental blocks around following up, around doing the work, around making the money and asking for the sale. So, how to the mental versus the physical side of it. Subscribe, follow, comment, like, share, all those good things. You're going to get all of these individual things that I keep saying. Some of them will be linked in the bio. If not, subscribe. You're going to find everything you need. I promise. You've heard me say today, do it manually first. Whether you are established with great systems, whether you're established with decent, okay, or bad systems, or whether you're new or established and doing this for the first time, you should do and take heed to what I'm about to tell you. Do it manually first. All right. For me, my example, personally, I've got my CRM, which is, of course, DHL, which I do most everything in. And then there's my network, personal, colleague, business, friends, family, previous clients, current clients, prospects, and hopefully future clients. Some of these people will never make it into the CRM. So let's talk about it. Just like any MLM would tell you, just like any business would tell you, go out and talk to their friends and family first. You should do these things, even if you're established. Don't be cheesy. Don't be pushy. Don't be that slimy salesman that you don't like. Just tell everybody what you're doing. If they might be a prospect, tell them you'd love to have a call or look at this product. No pressure. Buy or don't buy. It's always a no pressure call. Be nice, all right? Talk to your family, friends, and colleagues and networks without turning everybody off and feeling like you're being that guy, being that girl, being that person. And I'm going to tell you this. I've given you a lot of money making tips today, a lot of things that you can do and go take right now and make more money in your business. But here's your money making tip for today: 100 text messages. Go and send 100 text messages. Colleagues, previous, past, and prospective clients, friends, family, you will close the deal. Now, of course, that's going to be 100 conversations. Maybe half of those people or more or less respond. Those are going to become conversations. But out of sending those 100 text messages, I can almost guarantee you're going to close the deal. Go out there and do that manual thing that they all say to do, and you probably think it's cheesy. Maybe you've done it before, but it works. You know it works. If you've ever done cold calling, door knocking, or explored your personal network, it works. Whether you think you have a personal network that's worth anything or not, go out and find there's somebody in there, I guarantee. You can do this tomorrow. You can do this in one day. Heck, if you're busy, you can do it in 2, 3, 1 week. All right. And of course, it might be hard in a day because after you send 5, 10, 20 messages, people will start responding. You're going to have conversations. You might not be able to get all those 100 in a day. But within a day to a week, you can do it. If you just lollygag, you do it in 2, 3, 4. Get it done. Just do it. I swear to you. Come back and comment below and tell me how good it was. Simple, not easy. Simple, not easy. Law number 7, Zingerman's 12 natural laws of business. Law number 7 is successful businesses do the things that other businesses know they should do, but typically just don't do. A lot of these things I'm telling you are things you already know. And if you don't, they make sense because you look at them and you see it's common sense, but it's simple, not easy. It's a grind, but you can take a lot of that grind away with automation. Do it manually first. Either way, you got to work. If you, the human, or your human people are not working, AI can't fix stupid. AI is not going to do everything for you. And if it could, you should not let it. All right. I'm telling you. Check the videos in the description to learn more about how you can put restrictions, put guardrails on your AI to make it not do certain things because you know it can do some crazy things sometimes. Hallucinations, being offensive, being wrong, being any number of things. So don't over automate. You don't want to automate 7, 8 steps at a time. Take one or two so that if you do all 8, and then after step 2 or 3, you realize that the rest aren't going to work, you didn't waste all that time. Step by step, understand where manual is best. There are some things that AI and automation cannot automate, and there's some things that they can automate that you should not let them automate. Do the work, you will learn. Work with somebody like me, you will learn. You will fast track that whole experience. Now, honorable mention, not one of the 3 pillars, but just as important for everybody, really, this will be its own video. Registration, business registration, A2P 10DLC business registration. Every day and year that goes by, regulations around text messaging, email, phone calls, and business communications are tightened up more and more. If you've ever heard about the Can Spam Act, these things are regulated by the FCC, the FCC, and the major cell phone carriers of the country, Verizon, AT&T, T-Mobile, all that. And so there is a lot of compliance that every business who wants to text message in the United States needs to follow. You need to do it legally, morally, ethically, but legally, or you will find yourself caught up in class action lawsuits or any number of issues. Don't find yourself in hot water. Listen to me, take heed. So here's a couple of things that you can do right now. If you're not familiar with Can Spam, go ahead and Google this right now. The FTC has a Can Spam compliance guide for businesses. Go ahead and search that. FTC Can Spam compliance guide for businesses. Also, Gartner has a guide like that. They're some of the biggest ones. There's all kind of guides out there, but I would go in this case with the FTC, with the Gartners, with the biggest names. Also, first and foremost, consent, right? Nowadays, you need to have consent from anyone to contact them. Cold texting is illegal. Let me repeat, cold texting is illegal. You cannot do that. If you're still doing that, stop. Cold calling is and always was still legal for B2B, not for B2C. Cold calling is legal B2B. Cold email is legal B2B. Pretty much everything but cold texting is legal B2B. Cold texting is illegal. So you need consent to text them. So the next couple of things, stay within compliance of Can Spam. Everyone has to do that. Also in your CRM, when you go to apply to register for A2P, in Go High Level, in Salesforce, in HubSpot, wherever you may be, they are going to send you, they're going to have some links in that process to be like, hey, give me some examples of the messages you're going to be sending. Give me this and that. Give me your business information. And they're going to say, here's some examples. Here's some regulations. You need to click all those links, read all those links. Those are all going to be very helpful. And last but not least, industry specific. See, we used to, we talk about businesses that are highly regulated, and that's real because all these communication laws and stuff weren't always in place. So everybody's regulated highly now, but there are industries that are considered, that are compared to others, highly regulated industries, right? Medical, insurance, financial services, shaft, which is sex, hate, alcohol, tobacco, firearms, and cannabis. Please don't be in the hate, all that kind of stuff. Know your keywords, know what's legal, and of course, moral and ethically is just as important. So I want to thank you so much for your time. I know it's the most valuable asset that you have. Please, if you want to see more content like this, please subscribe, like, comment, and especially share. If you know somebody that you think this would be valuable for, please send it to them. I appreciate you immensely. Thank you so much. And if you want to have a no pressure conversation to see how we might be able to help you scale your business, go ahead and book a call at the link in the description. It's always a great strategy call where you're going to come back guaranteed with valuable information that's going to help you make more money right away from your leads, whether you end up working with us or not. Here's to your success. Signing off from beautiful Hawaii. Hope you love the vibes. Once again, Royal Tanesta. If you want me to come back, just hit me up. Catch that airfare. Catch that suite up at the top. We'll be here doing this great content. Aloha. I appreciate y'all.